Hey guys, we're finishing up another week here in Washington, D.C., and I really don't have, legislatively speaking, much to talk about because we're not doing a whole lot. All we're doing is trying to get appointments pushed through that Biden is trying to get into his administration or put onto the bench. For us, what we have been dealing with, though, is the committees. A lot of committee hearings. And one that I know you paid attention to is the train derailment East Palestine. And it's the reaction that Norfolk had and how they handled it and how the administration handled it, how the EPA handled it, how the Secretary of Transportation handled it. And it's interesting because when you start listening to the Democrats talk, they start praising the administration. They start praising the director of EPA and the way she handled it. And they starts praising Secretary Buttigieg and the way the transportation people have handled it. But the fact is, it took them 3 weeks to show up. And when they did show up, instead of addressing real issues, they wanted to point the finger at somebody else. They wanted to tell everybody that this isn't our fault. Even though we've been in office for 2 years, this isn't our fault. It's the past administration. It's Trump's administration on some deregulations that they put forth. Guys, that's not what leadership is. What leadership is taking responsibility. That isn't what the residents of East Palestine wants to hear. They want to say, hey, how do we move forward with our lives? How do we make sure this doesn't happen again? That's what needs to be addressed. But unfortunately, we just continue to hear more excuses. And then President Biden pretty much been silent on the issue. But he did release his budget. What did his budget do? Let's tax more, let's spend more. Let's tax more, let's spend more. That's how we're going to get our country back on track. We're going to take trillions of dollars out of the economy, and then the government's going to spend trillions of dollars of debt, and that's how we're going to make it through the next 10 years. That's how we're going to make the economy grow. It's just utterly disappointment when you start seeing the leadership that's coming out of this administration, but it's from the top down. We can do better in America, and we need to demand accountability from this administration. May God bless you. And may God bless the United States of America.